Hi, I'm GCF2000, and today I'm going to be talking all about TV shows, games, and movies. So, I love television so much, and I've been doing some YouTube videos to see what I'm doing. Plus, watching some of my favorite anime shows. Like one of my favorites is Digimon Fusion, Glitter. Although it was an anime series for girls, but I still love the series how it looks. World Trigger, Attack on Titan, Marvel This Wars The Avengers, and one of my favorite series that I like is One Piece. So let me tell you about movies and TV shows. I've been using some shows, movies, and games like Nintendo, Sega, Disney Television Animation, Marvel Studios, Touhou Animation, and Touhou Animation. Yeah. So let's start off with Nintendo. Nintendo is a Japanese multinational video game company headquartered in Kyoto, Japan. Since September 23rd, 1889, and it uses some games like Super Mario, Donkey Kong, The Legend of Zelda, Kirby, Star Fox, Fire Emblem, and Xenoblade Chronicles. It may be true how people would love making animations on video games so they can create one dream at a time what they wanted it to do. Next is called Sega, or should we call it Service Game. It was released in 1951 in Honolulu, Hawaii, which made this one called Service Games, but we don't want to talk about this one. We're talking about the Sega game. They made the games like Hatsumiku, Yakuza, Dinosaur King. But before we continue, I want to talk about Dinosaur King. When a meteor crashes, leaves mysterious stones to be discovered by three friends in the forest, the ancient tablets give the kids power to summon dinosaurs, companions, and they form DT. The villainous Alpha gang wants control of the relics, but the D-Team is always working to save the day. And it was debuted in 2007. Now, we can continue on to some more Sega games. Persona 5. Although this was supposed to be a fun-related Sega game, but to be promised, Atlas can team up with Sega to make the Persona series really awesome. And it's still kinda good. Sonic Unleashed. One of my favorite games since November 18, 2008, and it was still good to have my memories back. Alright, let's continue. The last one is Valkyria Chronicles, which is why Valkyria Chronicles is the Sega series that was made by PlayStation. Yeah, it was made by PlayStation. Next is what I called it for the animation television shows is Disney Television Animation. Disney Television Animation used to be in for the debut in December 5th, 1984. As you may know, it uses a lot of shows. I like the ones that it uses The Owl, the Owl House. It was the first episode debuted in January 10, 2020. Plus, on the description says, self-assured teenager Luz stumbles upon a portal to the magical realm where she befriends a reckless witch, Ida, a tiny warrior king. Despite not having magical abilities, Luz pursues her dream of becoming a witch by serving as Ida's apprentice. There are many other Disney television animations that can be other shows that has a 100 series celebration. Alright, since it was very hard to talk, but we have another show. It's called Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, coming in 2026. After a 13-year-old super genius Luna accidentally brings 10-ton Rex, Devil Dinosaur, into present-day New York City via a time vortex, the duo works together to protect the city's Lower East Side from danger. Then, my favorite childhood shows. When I was a kid, the show is called Special Agent Oso. Now here's this. Oso, a lovely teddy bear who is, however, improbably a special agent in training, turns to young viewers at home to complete his missions for the United New Network for investigating quite usual events, aka unique. An international concourse of stuffed animals charged with teaching kids how to complete everyday tasks such as mailing a letter, using a library, or just cleaning their room. Oso's adventures carry titles inspired by James Bond films, Goldfeather, A View to a Book, and Carousel Royale, among others. And the debut was started April 4, 2009. They have shown some respect, but now I present to you Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios has been the discussion in December 7, 1993. Until April 1993, they made this series debut called Marvel. As they say, they made a lot of Marvel movies, but when I grow up, I'm gonna be the newest adventure of all Marvel's history. It started as the first ever Marvel Studio movie, Iron Man. Let's just say, that was from the Iron Man made in 2008, and its producer is Tony Stark, aka Robert Downey Jr. Also, a billionaire industrialist and genius inventor, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., is conducting weapons tests overseas, but terrorists kidnap him to force him to build a devastating weapon. Instead, he builds an armor suit and depends his captors, returning to America. Stark finds the suit and uses it to combat crime and terrorism. I really like Tony Stark. He's my favorite character of all Iron Man's history. I like that how he uses his cannon blast. He was born on April 4th, 1965 in Manhattan, New York. Then we saw from the Spider-Man movies called Spider-Man Homecoming, which I was watching it in theaters. This one is perfect. The cast is named Tom Holland. Tom Holland is the English actor born on June 1st, 1996, and he is voice acting who comes to America in New York. By the time like this, I'll show you what's an example. Thrilled by his experience with the Avengers, young Peter Parker returns home to live with his Aunt May. Aunt May. Did I say aunt? I meant to say aunt. Anyway, under the watchful eye of mentor Tony Stark, Parker starts to embrace his newfound identity as Spider-Man. He also tries to return to his normal daily routine, distracted by thoughts of proving himself to be more than just a friendly neighborhood superhero. Peter must soon put his powers to a test when the evil Vulture emerges to threaten everything that he holds dear. And the debut has been released July 7, 2017. I never thought I would say this, but boy, wish I could become a superhero someday. Now the next one I love for this movie is called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This one. His name was what's his name? Oh yeah, I gotta Google up the website. Let's see. No. Okay. Let's see. Which one is it? Okay. Ah, there it is. Simulu. The one that can be presented into all sides of history. Born on April 19th, 1989. I know how he is a good Canadian actor, but he is going on fire tonight for all movies and TV shows. It was epic! Martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past that he left behind when he draws into the web of a mysterious Ten-Ring organization. And the release date was been lighted in September 3rd, 2021. Okay, I made my teasers recently because there are many other Marvel movies I can get to. So one day, I will become the Avenger. Next, I will show you one of my favorite company. It was Touhou Animation. This one. I know about this, but this is what it feels like to have a new one. Touhou Animation has been started on February 23rd, 1948, but since it was in 1956, it was started with the Toei Company. It started in October 1st, 1949. Although Toei Animation has been led up into one city dream, they can't tell if you have more dreams than imagination in the Metro. Man, what am I even saying? This has always been talking about thoughts about this lately. I really love Toei Animation. It's so amazing that people in Japan and America love to watch anime shows. It could be putting it on Nicktoons, Toonsize CW for kids, and YTV. Also, I was once a Digimon that I love that brings back memories. It's called Digimon, or Digital Monster. Let me tell you all about this series. In Tokyo, a creature hatches from an egg that emerges from a computer screen in a home of Taiki Yagami and his sister Hikari Yagami, or Tori. It transforms into a dinosaur-like creature that begins wandering the streets off the city. And then, it was debuted March 6, 1999. Like I was said, the first ever Glitter Force series was Tori was Pretty Pure, aka Super Pretty. Now I was used to mixedly say, but it's kind of very emergent. It started the first episode on February 1st, 2004. You may not know this about Pretty Cure battles creatures the Dark Zone to protect the Guardian of Light and the Guardian of Rainbows. I know why this show has been a pleasure to my heart, but the most important anime show that I like is Glitter Force, or Smile Pretty Cure. Like this one. First episode dated in February 5th, 2012. Smile Pretty Cure, or Glitter Force, is a 2012 Japanese anime television series produced by Touhou Animation, and the 9th installment in Inzumi's Total Pretty Cure meta series, featuring the 7 generations of cubes. The series is written by Shoji Yonemura, who is best known as the head writer of Glass Fleet and Kamen Rider Kabuto. But my story, I used to watch Glitter Force when I was watching it on Netflix. Then my next anime series is called World Trigger. Let's tell you about the story. It started October 5th, 2014. By the time it was been live, Yuma Kuga and Osumatsu Mukumo must work together to defend their new reality against unknown beginnings. Like I said before, it's the manga series. See, that's the manga series I've been told of. World Trigger, also known in short form as World Try, or War Try, is a Japanese manga series written by Saisuke Ashihara It was initially serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump from February 2013 to November 2018 and transferred to Jump Square in December 2018. Also, the manga is always my best top secret, but this is how they used to be one of the most favorite series of all. Last, we finally got ourselves into our new generation of all TV shows, games, and movies. Touhou Animation. Touhou Animation started in 2012. And the most recent show that I like is My Hero Academia. It was beginning to know, in a world where those with powers are known as quirks, Izuku Midoriya has inspirations to one day become a hero, but there's a catch. He isn't a quirk. After a tragic accident involving his friend Katsuki Bakugo, Midoriya is the only one to have stepped forward to help protect Bakugo from a villain because of his acts. He is given a gift by the world's greatest hero, All Might. Wait a minute. Did I say All Might? I wonder why this series has been talking about. Now, Midoriya attends UA School, a school that cultivates the next generation of superheroes. And it debuted April 3rd, 2016. Which is pretty good. They say it lives in the UA High to become superheroes. Next is Haikyuu, one of the most Touhou anime series of all time. It started to debut in April 6, 2014. Now to think of it. A tale of youth and volleyball. And 89% of the viewers love their show. It is also based on the side comments of the Crunchyroll. Next, my favorite show on Touhou, Spy X Family. Agent Twilight, the greatest spy of a nation of Westos, assembles a fake family in order to infiltrate an elite private school. Not realizing he recorded a physic child, and legendary assassin also in need of a cover family. And it was being debuted first in April 9, 2022. I really love this show. It brings me good luck onto the Hulu series for imagination. Plus an episode 12, she brings a penguin to her home for a tour. But it was a shame that Anya wants to see his parents' room. I gave it this a great number of a proposition of the propaganda, 10 out of 10. Last but not least, one of the Netflix series is called Great Pretender. This one is from the Netflix series. Makoto Inamura, supposedly Japan's greatest swindler, gets more than he bargained for when he tries to con real world-class crook Lorian Theory. Might use piece of June 2nd, 2020. It was debuted on Netflix. I knew this day would come because I am the one Digimon who loves anime shows in my entire life, including video games. And that's all of the total of all TV shows, video games, and movies that you guys wanted to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos. This is me, GameCube 2000. Peace out.